Good morning, dear students. Today we're going to learn about the next phylum under animal kingdom, which is named as Cnidaria or Coelenterata. Coelenterata, Cnidaria. You can see there is a progress in the body design. Poriferans have cellular level organization, whereas you can see Cnidarians have tissue level of organization. Let's move to the characteristic features where they live. They're mostly aquatic in nature, marine in nature. Sessile. Sessile means attached to the bottom of the ocean, the floor of the ocean or wherever they are living. Or maybe they are free swimming. That means they are not attached. Opposite of sessile is free swimming. And the body is radially symmetrical animals. Like I said, take a knife, cut them in any plane, but it should touch the center and it can divide into two equal halves. The body is exhibiting tissue level of organization. Diploblastic, you already know that it is made up of any two of the three germ layers. Either it can be ecto or endo. The name Cnidaria is derived from a type of structure or a cell called cnidocyte. You can see right over here, cnidocyte. It is having a peculiar characteristics like it can use to hold the body to a substratum tightly, or it can sting. It kind of a tail. You can see there's a tail-like structure. It can sting any organism, like defensive in nature, or it can hold using that sting-like structure to hold to the prey to eat it. You can see right over here. It is given like this. See right over here. You can see this is one of the cnidarian. You can see they have cells called a cnidoblast. See, they have a trigger when it touch anything. It can see the whole tail comes out and it can touch or holds the prey firmly. So having this kind of structures makes them to have a name called Cnidaria. And the body has a central gastrovascular cavity. Like I said, see in the previous classes, having a cavity in the body, especially in poriferans. Looking at this picture, you can clearly observe. You can see they have a gastrovascular cavity. So the body have a cavity like this. You can see you can say that these are the sessile and these are free swimming. You can say the body have gastrovascular cavity, and they have a mouth called mouth on a single opening. The way we have lips, they do have mouth having lip-like structures called hypostomes. Digestion is extracellular and also intracellular. That means digestion take outside the cell, or it can take place in between the cell. Intracellular means, sorry, inside the cell. Some of the cnidarians may have a kind of structures called, they form a kind of structures called corals. Let me show you the corals, how they look like. I want all of you to observe this one. See, this is a stretch of corals in the ocean. So this thing, what you're observing, this whole thing is made up of the house of a cnidarians, because they have this outermost coating which is very hard in nature, which is made up of calcium. You can see they have mentioned here. You can see calcium carbonate. The body of the cnidarians have calcium carbonate. When the body is dead, the calcium carbonate start depositing to form the coral reefs. See, this is one of the coral reefs found in Great Coral Reef Barrier in Australia. Very famous. It's like it's stretched for more than several kilometers. It is, you can see right over here on from the top view, these are all coral reefs. These coral reefs are nothing but dead skeletal part of the cnidarians. See, you can see right over here, coral reefs. Now, this kind of arrangement of dead bodies give house to variety of organisms. coral reefs play an important role in ecosystem by hosting as a house for so many small to big fishes, like you can see right over here. These are all coral reefs. It's like a permanently fixed plants inside the bottom of the ocean. Okay, let's move to the content. Okay, next, when it comes to the life cycle, cnidarians exhibit two body forms like polyps and medusa. You can refer your textbook. There is two terms called, you can see right over here. This is a polyp form and medusa form. See, the medusa are the ones. The medusa are the ones which are sessile in nature. Okay, two basic body form. The former is sessile. That means, polyps are the sessile ones. That means they're fixed to the bottom of the ocean, whereas medusa forms are the ones which are free living in nature. That means they freely swim around. Okay, you can see right over here they have examples like Hydra and Adamsia are the examples that show this kind of a two body forms. You can see Aurelia and jellyfish. You can see these are the Aurelia. Examples of free living ones are Aurelia or jellyfish, whereas Hydra and Adamsia are the ones which are the examples that come under these polyps which are fixed to the ground or the ocean bed. Now, those cnidarians which exist in both forms exhibit alternation of generation. So that means sometimes these bodies are developed in such a way that they show, like we heard in plant kingdom, you remember that pteridophytes have two body forms. Sporophyte and gametophytic bodies produce living separately. In the same way, in cnidarians also, you can see they have this alternation of generation where the polyps produce medusa form and by asexual reproduction, whereas medusa forms polyps by sexual reproduction. Let me show you here. This is the best picture to represent. You can see the polyps are forming medusa and medusa is forming polyps, especially those organisms who show alternation of generation. So that means they have two body forms. Okay, so very clear. And this type of exhibition of alternation of generation is said to be as metagenesis. Okay, it is mentioned here, metagenesis. See, this is where metagenesis is mentioned. Okay, so this is a peculiar type of life cycle found in animals which resembles the plant kingdom um, kind of alternation of generations. Okay, so this is what all about Cnidaria. And you can see there are some examples: Physalia, Portuguese man of war, Adamsia, sea anemone, Natula, sea pen, sea fan, and Meandrina, that is brain corals. Let me show you all these pictures. See, Portuguese man of war. Looking at this, you can see they look exactly like the soldiers of Portuguese having such a type of cap on the head, which resembles like this. This is one type of Cnidaria. Cnidaria. So Portuguese man of war. Sea anemone. You can see these are sea anemone. They're fixed. Now you can see this is one important thing I would like to add up here. See, the one which you're observing, these are all sea anemone and they have tentacles. See, I already said that tentacles have nidoblast which can attack, or it act as a defensive mechanism. But you can see there is a symbiotic relationship between the clownfish with the sea anemone tentacles. Sea anemone provides shelter to the clownfish, whereas clownfish gather the food to them. You may ask me, sir, since it is the nidoblast present on the tentacles may harm. See, they have a mucus layer above on the body of these clownfish, which even if they stuck on the body of the, I mean the nidoblast sticks to the body of the clownfish, may not affect because of the mucous membrane present on the body. These are all sea anemones. You can see they have different life forms. So some of them are, you can see these are sessile, and you can see these categories of Cnidaria are free swimming or free living, and they are all categories under coelentrates. So this is the picture of Portuguese man of war, how they look. They do have a tentacles. You can see this is called sea fan, sea anemone, fixed to the bottom of the ocean. All of them are. You can see the hydra. These are all sea anemone. You can see jellyfish, sea anemone with the clownfish. And this is also another kind of association called commensalism. Commensalism is a condition where you can see the sea anemone attached to the top of this organism. You can say a crab, shell of the crab, where sea anemone gets shelter being present on the top of the shell, whereas this crab will not neither get benefited nor get harmed. So this kind of association is called commensalism. That's why I represent it with the plus and zero sign. So minus represent harm, plus represents benefit, zero represents neither harm nor benefit. Okay, so this is all about today's class. Okay, so go through it once while you're revising. Go through the video, read the textbook and compare it. Okay, take care.